Hey, girl. And this is part 3 of 3 and identifying what WTF we've been going through. And this is called healing from a narcissistically abusive relationship. And a lot of people like, well, did y'all fight? I'll say this, and it kind of takes away from my story because I understand people go through different things. We've had two physical altercations. Three. Um, three. For me, that was way too much. For me, that was way too much. That was 300%. That was 3 times what it should have been. However, tone it back down. It's where he was. And it was a product of who he is. The first time, August the 23rd, you'll see that fight night was when he just out and out hit me. And then the second time, no, the first time we'll say when I around June when you see me with the swollen thing, but I didn't really consider that. I didn't see that as abuse because um he started to like run off, so I didn't get that. But like I said, I really don't want to make any one person the focal point of this. This is about healing. However, I just wanted to like I don't want people to out abuse. Girl, I done had my this ain't that baby. I'm sure you have, but um, yeah. Any physical contact in anger is abuse. So, but this is about healing from abuse and what we need to do to heal from abuse. I mean, we first have got to acknowledge again that it's abuse. And that's why I went into what I was going into. We first got to make sure that we understand that it is abuse, whether it's a verbal, physical, emotional, it's abuse. The first step is to recognize and accept that you were in an abusive relationship. And I'm gonna post it. You can read down in the details, and it's gonna give you all the information. Seek support. You can reach out to a friend, family, or support groups. Hashtag girl, we need to talk. Come here. Tell your story. It's a safe place that you can talk about your drug dealer boyfriend. Like, we're not trying to get nobody locked up. We are trying to heal so that we can raise these children right, so that we can get to our bag that is out there for us, except that we are trying to downsize ourselves in the name of a relationship because we think we're supposed to belong in one. Um, so yeah, this is not about you can come here and talk about anything. We'll always call it alleged. I ain't testifying. If you come here and you talk about something, you don't have to worry about this being. We're gonna call it alleged for that sake. But we're gonna come here and we are going to spill our guts, gang. Because guess what? As long as we hold it in, we implode. It takes away from us. It's a killer. It is literally a killer. And then if we're not here for the people that we're responsible for, our children, grandchildren, and so on and so forth, then what we doing? Then what we doing? So yeah, we need to talk about that. So yeah, we're talking about seeking support. We're talking about setting boundaries, and we're gonna talk until we set them. We're gonna talk. They can call us whatever. Call me crazy. Call me fired up. Call me Miami. Call me 305. All of that. But I've got a line that you cannot cross. We're gonna practice self compassion. Be gentle on yourself. You've been through some shit too. We're gonna consider therapy and professional therapy. It's a good thing. Everybody doesn't have access to that. We're gonna be realized. Everybody got access to YouTube. Hashtag girl, we need to talk. TikTok, girl talker Kerry Smith. Let's talk about this stuff, y'all. As long as we get it out, and we use critical and creative thinking. Well, just don't take everybody's advice, because some people want to see you hurt. Some people wanted to see that relationship fail, so they're gonna give you the advice to counter. We ain't talking about that. Come with me. I'm gonna show you how to find professional help, how to find credible and real publications online that are free, that you don't have to pay for, but how to recognize if it's an actual organization.org or if it's something that somebody came up with. So we're going to talk about that. um Journaling. Yeah, consider therapy. I want to reiterate those things. Educate yourself. Journaling. Hashtag girl, we need to talk. I'm telling y'all, if I had not chronicled with videos and recordings what went on that entire time that I was there, a lot of it was so ridiculous and so such supply that I would have forgiven and moved on and forgotten, and I could have gotten caught up and back into resupply, because you have to understand a narcissist is a narcissistic personality. They're going to recycle their supply when they are at the end of their rope. And when I say at the end of their rope, um, you're running out of money, you're running out of people that's going to buy your bullshit. Yeah, there is still a lot of thirsty ass women in town that's going to buy that dumbass shit and not question nothing. Um, However, amongst those, you're going to run into somebody that's not thirsty, that really, really, really wanted to be there and wanted what you promised them, but they're going to have their eyes open. So you're running out of supply. Um, Engage in self care, guys. Engage in self care. And we'll go back. Had I not journaled and he's running out of supply, I would have been resupplied. That's not happening. So that's why you want to do your journaling. That's why you want to keep your receipts. Engage in self care. Get yourself together. You don't want people to, and you're going to go through a lot, but you've got to crawl through that for the purpose of getting back together. Forgive yourself. Practice mindfulness. Be mindful. When you know better, stop ignoring your gut. Stop ignoring those red flags. Avoid contact. Go no contact, honey. I'm talking about block, um um no visits, no phone calls, no texts, no nothing. No nothing. And it gets hard. Yeah, you might keep one little social media open or whatever. uh 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 my offender and I were connected in personal and business in so many areas that I may get my business page telling me, get an alert from his business page, and I'll look at it for the sake of healing and for the sake of content, but it doesn't affect me like it used to. Oh my God, guys, when I first got out of this, before I knew what was going on, and I didn't realize that I was supply, and I didn't realize Anita Baker concert tickets was supply, and I saw my abuser at what he knew was number one on my bucket list. Guys, it fucked me up. It did. It did. But I had to do my research and find out what was that about. So that, yeah, I had to find out why was that? Why did that? And it was supply. It was for the purpose of fucking me up. So yeah, I had to realize that again, I was supply. It wasn't like he's moved on and oh my God, he found somebody and he's finally gonna get it together and be that perfect person. And shit, child, please. He once said that when it comes to me and what makes me happy, I don't care about anybody. And he told me the truth. I empathize that shit down to self care. And yeah, you're right. I mean, hell, you have to put yourself first or whatever. I made excuses instead of hearing, fuck everybody, it's me and nobody else. And I heard that, but I didn't want to believe that was. But yeah, avoid contact. Go no contact is what they call it. If you're gonna stay, if you feel like you got to stay, if you still have not healed enough, if you don't have enough self worth to know you would rather have $0 and 0 cents than have $1 million in a narcissistic abusive relationship, then you need to go what they call gray. You need to absolutely be indifferent, not give them fuck about what they do. And even when you don't, they're still going to activate you. You cannot respond. So you pretty much got to die in your spirit and give nan fucks. Or you have to absolutely go no contact, go get away from that person and undo everything that was you and that narcissist. Rediscover yourself, reconnect with your interests, your passions, your hobbies. Unfortunately, I've got to get divorced before I can move on to another relationship because, again, I refuse to carry bags into this. So, but I mean, yeah, I'm human or whatever, but sex is kind of what got me into this. So it's kind of my little crutch I got to wear, my little limp like Daniel had to have when he came out of the lion's den. He had that limp to remind him, don't play with me. So yes, Lord. So I'll do without that. I will deny my flesh for this lesson that God has given me in terms of redemption. And then lastly, you want to set realistic expectations. Understand that healing takes time and progress may not always be linear. Like it's not always going to go in a certain order. Allow yourself to heal, forgive yourself, understand. No, you wasn't no dummy. No, you wasn't no fool. No, you ain't crazy. You're an empath. You understand because you've been through, you understand because you've been through, but you've taken the time to do the shadow work. So you've taken the time to figure out what's fucked up about you and try to get that together. And that's called shadow work. You looked into your whatever's good about you, the shadow of that, your shadow is everything that's negative. So it's up to you to be honest with yourself. Go in, find those negative things, find out what about me makes me say, damn, I hate that she won and not me. Damn, I hate that he got into a successful relationship before I did. Man, it's okay to goddamn go ahead and cause I ain't really fucking with their relationship. Go in there, find out what that is, fix that shit so it comes out of you. That's called shadow work. Once you've done the shadow work, you are going to attract narcissists because they know that in order to get away with their gaslighting, they've got to have somebody that don't even understand why somebody would be so shady when they don't have to. Because, dude, I understand what you're going through. You can tell me. So, good. That's the perfect person, the perfect little cushion for me to come and bring all my bullshit. Because I never intended to be honest. I never intended to be loving. I never intended for this to work. Everything was so that it could look good, so that when I undo it, I'm not embarrassed. They are. And that's what a narcissist personality disorder makes an individual do, whether you know and love that individual or not. You are not attached to their paradigm, which means every single step they've taken from the time they were born until present. You can't be a part of that, so you really don't know what a person's intentions are. You can only hope when it don't happen. Get your ass up out of it. Whoever they are, they are. I highlight narcissistic personality disorder because it is derived from shame, which is one of the most ailing things in the black community. As kids, we're made to be ashamed for your mama's on crack rock to all of that. So we are in line to develop that. And with me, I noticed it. I saw it. I avoided it for so long. But I had to do my own shadow work, find out what it is with me that in this last 15 months you decided, I know who it is, but I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. What was it about me that I was willing to compromise and say, come on in here and bring that trauma? Found it, fixed it, working on it. That's where self work comes from. Read the description so that we can go further into this conversation. Hashtag girl, we need to talk. We are going to heal. We are going to grow. We are going to straighten up our crowns and do our thing. And I mean, we'll pray for the narcissists. We can't fix them. We can't fix them because we didn't break them. It's not our jobs. So that's what we have to let go. But we can pray for them, but we can move on and make sure that we don't breed narcissists. All right? Hashtag girl, we need to talk. Follow me, Girl Talker Kerry Smith on YouTube. Let's get this thing started. I swear, y'all, we're going to get this podcast together. I'm still working out some things, learning some things, but as I learn it, like I said, I do the tough work. And I hope I do enough of the tough work so that my brothers and sisters don't have to do what I did and go in and find out what's going on and figure it out and figure, y'all, let me be your cheat sheet, baby. And then verify what I told you. So let's do that. Hashtag girl, we need to talk. Hashtag girl, we need to heal. Hashtag girl, we need to grow. And when I say girl, I don't just mean cis woman. I don't mean feminine. I just don't mean lady. I just don't mean woman. Boy, girl, man, woman. Hell, if it's an alien going through this, hashtag alien, we need to talk. We'll see y'all. Y'all go ahead. Read that description. That's where your info is. I love y'all.